Watch this video to learn the resume tips that will make you stand out to employers and land your dream job. But before that, do you know that on an average, a recruiter spends only 6 seconds reviewing a resume? And that's why it's crucial for you to make the seconds count. So let's face it, creating a resume can be a tedious task. It can sometimes be very stressful. What to include in the profile? What should be the format? The colors? Should you add a picture or not? How many pages should the CV be? All these things are overwhelming. And some people are confused about what makes a strong CV. And that is why they miss the opportunity. But don't worry, I will guide you through the process and discuss through the importance of structuring your resume effectively, highlighting your achievements, tailoring your resume to the needs and the job profile. We will talk about all of this so that your resume is noticed by the recruiters. So in this video, we'll cover resume building for freshers or students, resume building for professionals who are experienced. We'll talk about some housekeeping tips, do's and don'ts of resumes, and some resume building websites. So get ready to learn some game-changing tips for your career. Here is a simple resume building mantra. KISS. No, not that KISS. It stands for keep it short and simple. And we'll start with resume building for beginners. These can be students or homemakers who haven't really started their professional journey yet. So I've created a dummy profile here that you can see on the screen. Yeah, I've named it Akshay Kumar, so it's Akshay Kumar CV. So first thing on the CV is the header, and that's your contact information. So that'll be your name, your mobile number, and your email ID. Now, please remember, the email ID has to be a professional one. It cannot be godsgift24@gmail.com. Keep it simple. Create a new email ID if needed, but it should be just your name and the professional one. So we move on. The next point is the career objective. And I have mentioned an objective for Akshay Kumar. He has done a BBA and he possesses strong interpersonal skills. He's interested in finance and he wants to start his career with a good organization. So that is a strong career objective if you look at it. This is followed by the next tab, which is educational qualification. So he's done BBA. We just mentioned from where, which college, which year, and what's the score. That should be enough. And for freshers, you need to also mention the 12th standard score and also the 10th standard score, just as you can see on the CV. We move on to the next tab, which is the skill set or the key skills that the person possesses. In this case, Akshay is good at MS Office. He has good verbal and written communication. He's a problem solver. He's a quick learner. Now, you cannot just copy paste these. This has to relate to you. So these should be your strengths. So spend some time, introspect, and look at what you're good at. And then you can plug in as your key skills. We move on to the next tab, which is achievements. Now here, Akshay Kumar was a class representative in the last year in college. And he's just mentioned some key roles and responsibilities that he did. And he's calling it as an achievement because being a CR is an achievement in college. To close it off, interests. These can be hobbies. So it's reading fiction books, passionate about finance, playing cricket. Obviously in India, everyone plays cricket. And lastly, if you want to put a reference, you can put a reference. You can give a number, name and number of your professor or your seniors in case there is a ref check. So that's the way that you can keep the resume short and simple. I'm going to share this in the comment section so you can edit it and create it based on what your profile is, what your education is, what your strengths are, and what are you looking at. All right, so let's move on to the experienced professionals. Now, one skill that you need is good editing skills, which means that you should know how to chop the content and make it very concise. Your profile, your resume needs to be covered in one page. Yes, one page. And I have another example for you. This time it is Amir Khan. Again, it's a dummy profile. So Amir Khan is a digital marketing professional and he has 7 years of experience. So as you can see, I have plugged in his name in the header. So the format remains more or less the same. Email ID, professional email ID. The contact number. And I've also plugged in a link, which is the link to the LinkedIn profile, because that adds value. In case a recruiter wants to check it out, they can use the link. So broadly, the objective changes here. Amir is a digital marketing professional with 7 years experience, creating successfully, executing brand campaigns through both online and offline channels, consistently achieving business objectives. So you have to just look at very, very, very concisely cover everything that you do or you have done or what your role is all about. You cover that there and you directly jump on to the professional experience, which is, what is your experience? Always start with the most recent job. You need to plug in your profile or your title or your designation, which company, which location, and since when you're working there. So in this case, he's working with Social Monkey in Mumbai from August 21, and he's still working with Social Monkey. So a little bit about what Social Monkey is all about, what he has done. Very nicely, you have to plug in your highlights or your achievements in your role itself. If you want, you can maybe bold a few keywords which can create the impact. After that, he's gone back to his previous job, which is an assistant manager, and this is with takemytrip.com in Kolkata, and a little bit about Take My Trip and what he's done there. And again, the highlights have been highlighted in bold so that the resume, the recruiter can make it out in the resume. And in this case, after the experience, if you see, directly going to educational qualification, you can talk about your professional certifications. So in this case, Amir has done a digital marketing certification program from Upgrad, just like me. And he's mentioned a little bit about what that program is all about and highlights like score and what are the case studies that he did there. He's also mentioned Google AdWords Analytics certification. The month and the year is important. And then go to the traditional education qualification. And in this case, if a person is experienced, then you don't need to go to 10th and 12th. You can just mention grad and postgrad. Like in this case, it's PG Marketing, from which institute, which year, and the score. That is important. Moving on, personal skills remain the same. The format is the same. You just stick to the format. Technical skills, soft skills. These are important, okay? So technical skills can be anything like Excel skills or, PMP, or in this case, it's more around digital marketing. So GA, Facebook ads, and soft skills can be critical thinking, innovation, influencing skills. I'm going to put up a detailed document which will give you skills to pick from, which will help you build on your resume. So after this, there are some extracurricular activities like, in leadership roles or some achievements that we have plugged in there. Like Amir was a coordinator of the placement committee in IMT where he was studying there, and the year as mentioned there. And he was the lead of cultural committee in the college that he was a part of. So led 52 students, organized cultural fest. All that is important because that helps the recruiter also understand what else have you done, or where have you portrayed or projected or displayed your leadership skills. And for experienced folks, we don't need to mention interests or hobbies. That's not needed. You can add a reference tab and you can give it the name of your previous boss, unless your existing boss is aware that you're looking for a job. And you can also share names of colleagues or peers that you have who can act as a reference, who will speak good about you. So that brings us to the housekeeping tips. Use simple basic font, something like an Arial or Calibri or Tahoma. Don't use too many colors. Look at probably using black, gray, or maybe blue. Look at spaces. Don't have unnecessary spaces throughout your profile. Don't use tables, graphs, columns. Your email address should be professional. And it's very important, very important to ensure that there are no spelling mistakes or no grammatical errors. So reread your resume, share it with your friends, have them read it, have them reread it, fix those errors. It just shows a casual approach if your CV is full of spelling mistakes. So to quickly recap what we discussed, under do's and don'ts, restrict your CV to one page, follow the KISS technique, share your LinkedIn profile link, plug in references, at least 2, PDF format is the best, use keywords throughout your resume that are relevant to the job that you're applying for. And on the don'ts front, don't fake anything. Don't use generic words like I'm hardworking, sincere. Don't put the languages tab, that's not needed. And no spelling mistakes, no grammatical mistakes, and don't have long, boring resumes. So in our days, we had the good old Microsoft Word that we used to make our resumes on. Yeah, sometimes it was Google Docs and then, Canva. But in today's AI world, there are so many options, so many templates. And that's why I thought I'll just share some websites with you so that you can refer to them, take a look. These are some websites that you can use to build a strong resume for yourself. So to wrap it up, a strong resume is your ticket to getting a great opportunity in this competitive world. So try and focus on highlighting your achievements. Look at how you can customize your resume based on the opening that you've applied for, and try to show yourself in the best light to the recruiters. Be authentic. A strong resume will help you get your dream job. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a comment below sharing your thoughts. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more valuable career tips and advice. Your future self will thank you for taking the time to invest in your professional growth. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.